Try something different. Stop using hi. Stop using hello. Change that up a little bit. It'll change the way people respond to you. If you say, uh, Mary, so change it up a little bit, and you'll like it. Everything doesn't have to be the same. So now that I got that, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. And if you like and subscribe to my channel, I'll like and subscribe to yours. So I'll have 1,000 subscribers, and I would have subscribed to 1,000 YouTube channels. That's how it works, new people. You have to ask. You could have the most impressive piece of merchandise for TikTok, but if you don't ask people to buy it, just showing it to them won't really fly. And this is why. You the business, not the product. If people like you, they'll buy whatever you have for sale because they like you. They can buy whatever you're anywhere from anybody. But the goal is to get them. And the only way you're ever going to get somebody to like you is to use your words. Okay? And another way, the Bible says, if you want to show, if you want to make friends, you must first show that you are friendly. Okay? So no matter what you're going through, you want to be friendly. And, people will come along and help you out, So you can't make it on your own. You cannot make it on your own. You could do a lot of stuff on your own. But, at some point, you'll be like, oh, now nobody ever helps me or stuff like that there. You don't want to end up like that. And you don't have to. Okay, it all depends on where you start, how you start with people. The most important impression. Hey, Mustafa. Sunday, no, I don't really do church. I don't do buildings. And I'm telling you what, there should be people in there. People are hurting. They're wounded. They've been betrayed. They need a church for, a place for them to catch their breath and get a little bit of healing. Holy moly, try to get a grasp on things. So that's what church is really for. Church is a boat. And they need doctors in there. They need all types of people should be in the church. Some that want to help people heal. Some that want to collect the offering. Don't forget that. If you want to make an offering, it's Ricky. It's $ Ricky D413 at Cash App. I think I could still use Cash App. Holy moly! All right, so now where was I? All right, so first show yourself friendly. I went down a rabbit trail because I'm trying to get people to subscribe to my channel. What made me start this particular video? Oh, okay. So anyway, everybody is having a tough time, and I don't mean that like it's a generic. Everybody is having a tough time. No, they're not. This is not generic. This is specific. You having a hard time? I'm having a hard time. Your neighbor is having a hard time. Everybody is having a hard time. So don't feel like you're a failure. Nothing ever goes right for you. No, it's the same thing. Everybody has this thing that they have to go through called life, and it ain't easy. It just ain't easy. It's only easy when you are a child, and then you're going to get your butt whooped. Then ask me how I know. Oh, holy moly! All right, so don't beat yourself up. If you got a parent or somebody who calls you names, beat you on your head, or whatever, that's fine. You only got to deal with that for 17, 18 years. And if you're smart, If you got a parent like that, you're going to emancipate when you're 16 or something and get up out of there, because that's one of the most dangerous places to live or grow up is an American household. You could type that in your little URL and you're going to see somebody did a study on it. Oh, boy, ask me how I know. Okay, so no matter what you're going through, do not stop there. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Thy rod and thy staff, it comforts me. Okay, you can get either end of that staff. Hello. So let's go with the comfort one. Okay, not that rod side. Okay. So anyway, if you've seen the rod and staff the way it's described in the Bible, it's got a big knot on it. Okay, and then the staff. So if you have to hit a lion or something, you're not hitting it with a stick. A lion is not afraid of a stick. Do you know any lions that are afraid of a stick or a staff? That would be a no. What they're afraid of is that big knot on the. All right, you ain't dangerous with no staff, but you got a knot on the end of that sucker. All right, they don't want that. You hit that joker in his legs, you can broke his leg. You know what I'm saying? But if you hit him with a stick, you'd be like, whatever. I'm the king of the jungle. Okay. So anyway, uh, like and subscribe to my channel, and I will like and subscribe to yours. I think I got a couple subscribers. At the rate I'm going, it'll probably be 10 years before I get 1,000 subscribers. And eventually I'll get 1,000 subscribers if I don't stop. If I stop now, then that's all the subscribers I get. And it's the same thing with you. Whatever you're in. Oh man, I need Pampers. We need some milk. Okay. I'll tell you one thing. If you have a baby real, hey, that's how. Okay. And if you have a child that's even a little bit older, if you want to, you don't have to spend $5 for a gallon of milk. You can just squeeze them with squizzo things there and put it in a pitcher and just give them breast milk. They don't know. They're kids. Okay. They may be used to milk out of a quart bottle or something from the store, but if you tell them milk, they don't know. Here's milk-free cereal. Yeah, you want cereal? Just go get that breast milk. You're going to save yourself a lot of money. Okay, so yes, everybody is aware that when the little jokers start teething, or that's teething part of their life. Okay, so you got to be smart. Plan this thing out. Work this pamper thing. Okay, a pamper costs $36. Okay, diapers don't cost that much. I'm telling you right now. You can get 100 diapers for $36. You do the math. So stop putting that on the on your spouse. Go out there and pay that kind of money for Pampers that you only use once. And you can get $36 worth of diapers, and they'll last for as long as the kid's pooping in his pants. Two things you never have to tell a man to get whenever he goes to the store. Just stop it. You don't never have to tell him the baby needs Pampers, and you don't never have to tell him the baby needs milk. We need some milk. You never have to do that, especially if he doesn't have any money. When he had the $36, when he had the money, you didn't want to buy diapers. You wanted to get them Pampers. Take it easy on each other. You can still buy diapers and just use those over and over again. You can take them right to the laundromat, crapping them and everything. Just put them in a wash machine, wash them jokers up, put them in a dryer, fold them jokers up, and go home. You got 2 3 weeks of Pampers. That babies are so smart. After a while, when they catch on that they're using diapers, they'll stop pooping so much. Kids are little people. They're just kids. They don't know the words. They didn't go to school. All right, which is a complete waste of time. But we sent y'all to school because we believed if we didn't send y'all to school, we had to go to jail. And that's the only reason why I would recommend anybody go to school. I worked for the Board of Education. And if it wasn't for some of the teachers, school's really not worth it. It just isn't. You could teach the kid the same thing. You could teach them what they need to know for daily transactions, and that's pretty much all there is. They're going to learn their words from listening. They're going to learn the math from going to the store and don't getting the right change, and you send them jokers back to the store and be like, hey, you didn't get the right change. You know what I'm saying? They'll learn pretty quick. So kids can do the math. We had this saying that we were growing up. Money don't grow on trees. Stop asking me for stuff. Go out there and get an imaginary friend. You know, I got to have an Xbox. X what? $1,000 for a game? Are you kidding me right now? You know how many bills that this $1,000 could pay? I could pay something 6 months in advance for $1,000. Then that money that I would have been using for that 6 months, I can use to add up and get something else. Come on, be smart. Be smart. Figure it out. Stop being a victim. When Moses was taking the people out of Egypt, God asked him, because he was like, I can't do that. I stutter all the time. How am I going to lead all these people into the promised land and stuff like that? Well, there's this theory called Occam's razor. Okay? Detectives use it. The CIA uses it. You can too. And the idea with Occam's razor is after you consider all the angles, the simplest answer is the solution. That you can, I don't know, you could do podcasts, you could do conspiracy theories, but the simplest answer is the right answer. That's called Occam's razor. I think it's AKOMS razor, RAZOR, or O, whatever. Occam's razor, RAZOR. Okay, so it's the same thing. If the baby needs some milk, my ex-wife, we were over her parents' house, so there was nobody there. It was her dad and her brother, and someone else that wasn't supposed to be there. Once I found out that she was there, I told her, Mama, to go down there and get that child. I digress. So she's standing there and she started lactating. And she had on a blouse. It was something, we weren't going to the prom or anything, so she just had over her clothes. And she started lactating. She was in her 30s, and she was still able to do the breast. And the reason why you ladies can do that is because the breast, I don't know if you did any type of learning, but the breast is like a machine. And if the baby sucks on it and gets that sweet spot, it'll produce milk. It doesn't matter how old the mother is. I mean, at some point, that won't work. But if it worked on my wife, it should work. It should work for you ladies. So don't be putting that man under no pressure. Just do the lactating thing. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that your husband won't mind participating in this activity to make this thing work. You know what I'm saying? So then, if it comes down to it, and the baby doesn't like the lactose or that lactated milk or something, that's air. Drink some water, or here's some orange juice or some Kool-Aid or something like that. There, okay. But take that pressure off that man having to go to the store and get that milk and then Pampers. Okay. If you I had a nephew that died, and we went to the funeral and everything, and I generally don't go to those. And you know why? Pretty much the same reason why I don't go to churches anymore. Because there's people in there, and they feel some type of way. And the ones that feel some type of way ain't happy. Okay, so they don't want to hear, uh, the good news. Okay, in the churches, they just need someone to listen to them and try to do what I'm doing, showing them that, hey, there's good news. You're going to overcome this, or you'll make it through it, or something. If you meet somebody who got one of them kind of personalities that no matter what you say, they always see the glass half full, I mean, what are you going to do? But I let my words be always talking about the Creator, heaven and earth, some of the things that I've learned about Him. I don't know everything about the Creator of heaven and earth, but when Moses was trying to lead the people out of Exodus, he didn't know what to do. Would you know what to do? Would you know how to lead people out of captivity? No, so he didn't. He was like, he knew he was talking to the Creator of heaven and earth, because when he went up there and got that assignment, there was this bush that was burning, but it wasn't really burning. Yeah, he knew he was in some type of there, and he knew that he probably thought it was a good idea to follow it, because number one, he's up there by himself on a mountain. So the goal is to come back down off that mountain. And you ain't getting past that voice. Because it's one of them kind of voices. Plus, the trees are burning, but they ain't burning and stuff like that. You got to make a decision. How are you going to come up off that mountain? You could either be thrown off of it, or you can walk down with the 10 Commandments. I'll take the commandments for 100, Lord. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. I'm silly Billy. But anyway, so Moses, he's kind of confounded with this whole thing. Nobody could have ever made this up. What happened to him, or what happened in the story, you can't make this up. Okay, so you got to make up your mind right there on the spot. So he made up his mind that he was going to do whatever it is this thing is asking him to do. But the problem is he didn't know how to do it. No, yes, Lord. I want you to build me an ark. Okay, Lord. Lord. What, Noah? Didn't I just tell you to do something? Yes, Lord. But what's an ark? So it's okay if you are giving, if the Creator of heaven and earth is giving you something to do, He'll tell you how to do it. He's not going to give you something to do. You're not created, you're not down here not to do something. He told you what He wants you to do. Everybody has a purpose. Okay? And you can like that, understand it, or believe it or not. And that would be you too, okay? Your purpose is not get on somebody's YouTube channel and talk about your peckerwood. That's not a purpose. Okay? So, knock that off. People don't want to hear that or read that. And here's the thing that really gets me. Somebody will do that and say something like that, and people will read it. You can literally get your own YouTube channel and do and say things like you do and say here on somebody else's channel. And if you get 1,000 people to like you, which you will, you can do the same thing we're trying to do. Get 1,000 people to subscribe to our channel. It's a piece of cake. What are you doing here? Go get you some subscribers and talk until you're blue in the face and make some money. All you got to do is sit there, talk, and make money. It's, it's not possible to not have any money. Okay? Now, you may not have any money in your hand, but what you do, what Moses had to do when he was sent up against the Pharaoh, who kind of, he had some history with, but for this particular case, when the Pharaoh seen him, he was like, he could see him coming. It's like, is that Moses? Because when Moses went into the presence of God, everything changed on him. His face changed. His walk probably didn't. So Pharaoh probably recognized his walk. People can recognize you when you're walking away. People can recognize you when you're walking toward them. And he hadn't been gone more than 40 years. So the Pharaoh, I don't know, I guess he lived with the Pharaoh for 40 something years. I don't know. But so they kind of knew each other, and just being separated didn't mean they forgot about each other. But he wasn't sure about this Moses guy, because the Moses that came back wasn't the same Moses that left. Okay? And when he came back, he had this rod and staff. And the guy, the creator that was talking through this burning bush, he told him, he said, this is how you lead the people out. What do you have in your hand? I don't know. I just got a rod and a staff. So the creator of heaven and earth and said, okay, throw it down to the ground. What, me? Yeah. Just throw it down right here? Yeah, right there. And that staff turned into a snake. A king cobra. A snake that eats other snakes. That's its job. He don't eat grass. He don't eat mice. He eats other snakes. So it's a really big snake. Okay? Now, here's the beauty of doing things that the creator of heaven and earth asks you to do. He knows what he's asking you to do, and he knows what's going to happen. He knows the beginning of anything and to the end of it. He knows when you were born. He knows when you're going to die. He knows the hairs on your head. He knows how many times you're going to get married. He knows everything. Okay, he's not a crystal ball or anything. He just knows. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He's probably everything in between too. So he got this. He put you here for a purpose. Now, the way you get on that purpose, you might be a perv, but in order for you to do what he wanted you to do, you have to be a perv in order to get this. Okay? You might have to be a perv to realize that, hey, you ain't supposed to do that with your spouse or whatever. You're not supposed to be watching porn. You have to go through all this stuff so that when he gets you into your purpose, you won't have problems with porn. You won't have problems with being a perv. You won't have those problems, and you can do what he created you to do, which is usually helping somebody else, getting somebody else to learn this good news of him. The creator of heaven and earth never, not once, hurt me. Not once. And I cannot say that. I've been on here for maybe a month or so, and my little feelings got hurt already. Imagine somebody just tells me out of the clear blue sky, hey, you're a perv. I'm like, number one, first I figure out what a perv was. That's okay. I'm a little slow. So, yeah, no. People will cut you, and only he can restore you. No matter what you go through, he's the only one who can put you back together. And not only does he put you back together, he'll put you right where you should have been if you hadn't got sidetracked. What Moses ended up taking the people out of bondage, if he had stayed where he was in the first place, he'd have kept the people in bondage. That's not what the Most High had planned for him. What the Most High had planned for him was to take them anyway. Full stop on that. This is only your husband or wife right here and nowhere else. Okay? Okay? If you if as your wife. Okay. Once you leave this planet, chances are pretty good. Oh, come on, stop calling me. I don't want to pay for Medicare or something. I'm sure that's what it is. Okay, so here's the most important thing. And Moses ran into the same problem. People worried about their wives and their husbands and stuff like that there. That's not, this God thing is not that. God, the kingdom of heaven, it's not marriage, it's not wives, it's not husbands. It's what you were created to do. And you know what it is. I don't know what I'm down here for. I don't know what my purpose is. Yeah, but when you were in the fifth grade for show and tell, somebody said, hey, little Jimmy, what do you want to be when you grew up? And the first thing you said was, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a doctor or a lawyer. That's the first thing you said. I don't know anybody that ever went to a show and tell and said, I want to be a multi-gender person or something. I don't know. I haven't heard that. Maybe in 2025 or 2026, maybe that's what the kids say now for show and tell. I don't know. And if they do, holy moly, I already told you that I really don't have any purpose for schools and education. You could learn what you need right here. If you want to be a doctor, you already know from playing house and you've been playing doctor, you already know if you want to be a good doctor. Oh boy, no. But anyway, you would have known that when you were a child. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. You would already know that. So school is good for that. But that other school, if you want to be a mechanic, okay, go to mechanic school. A beautician, if you're good with hair, you don't have to go to college to learn how to do these jobs. A woman who has a dad who's a mechanic, and if she is doting on her dad, she's going to be a pretty good mechanic whenever she grows up. Okay, because she just wants to be with him. She just wants to be accepted. She's going to pick up those mechanical skills. So you really don't need school. But the people who came up with the idea need you to be in school. So, hey, if you're in it, do the best you can, make the best out of it. But remember, with all these people doing these things to schools, you have to have metal detectors and, boy, that's a shame. The school is one of the last places I want to send any of my grandchildren. I got 14 of them. 2 of them ain't mine. They call me Pap Pap. That's good enough for me. And I got 2 great grandchildren. And the way these kids, how quickly they grow, I might have some great grandchildren because I plan to be here according to the instructions from the Bible. The Bible says that heart is wicked. It's evil, constant. I will not strive with him long, but I will give him, but he shall live 120 years. Now, there's a way to do that. So you watch what you eat, watch what you say, slow down. Okay. Don't be a skydiver just because you know you're going to live to be 100 years old. Don't be an adrenaline junkie. And there's no reason why you can't make it to 120 years old. There's people overseas, they do it all the time. You go to other countries, especially uh, it's more prevalent in like a third world shithole country. Okay, they live a long time over there. Some of them don't even know when they were born. It's how old are you? Third base. For them that know that joke, know the third base joke. Okay, so anyway, that's it. I really don't want to hold you all up. I just wanted to take on this marriage thing and this wife and husband. There's it only works down here. You cannot go up to the pearly gates and be like, oh, hold on, I'm gonna hang out here until my wife comes. That people's hearts are wicked constantly, and the creator of heaven and earth can't be in that. He just can't be around that. He's love, real love, not superficial love. It's when you hook up with him, you're going to see this type of love. Peter, do you love me? And his answer was, yeah, I like it. Yeah, yeah. Then that's he missed the point. So Jesus asked him again. He said, Peter, trying to get his attention, he put a little bit of oomph in that name. Love me. He was like, yeah, yeah, I like you guys. I love you guys. And he asked him a third time. And I think he gave him a look. He probably did one of these. Peter, did you love me? And then he got it. That type of love. That's the type of love that the Creator has for you and put you down here for. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Let me tell you something. I love my begotten son, and you bet not touch him. You bet not let me see it. He wanted to be a wrestler. He didn't understand why I wouldn't go to the wrestling matches. Holy moly. This is a day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. See how that works? So you're going to have to make up your mind. Forget about your past. That's gone. It's spilt milk. You can't do nothing about it. Forget it if you got a criminal record. We just talk about Moses. He was a murderer. Forget about your past. David liked this one man's wife so much, he sent the man out to go get killed. You don't have nothing in your past that's going to be worse than anything that's in that bottle. The only problem is it's yours, and you kind of take it personal. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It wasn't yours anyway. What happened to David was he wasn't looking for that. It was presented to him. This is what the deceiver does. They're like, hey, go out there and check out Sally Sue over there taking a bath or a shower or whatever she was doing. Same thing with Solomon. He got all these wives from all over the world. He could have had anybody in his neighborhood, but he had to go get wives from strange lands, belly dancers and stuff like that there. The Bible calls them strange women. And he was the wisest man ever, probably the richest man ever, up to that date and past that. The Queen of Sheba, who it's a place over in Africa. They ain't no slouches there either. They got gold and silver and cobalt and stuff like that there. So the Queen of Sheba came to check this dude out. She was like, who is this? There's no way they didn't have telephones and stuff, cell phones. There's no way that she should have even known about him. But his reputation, everybody was like, yeah, he's the man. So even she went to see. He should have ended up with her, but anyway, I digress. She was a queen. She probably would not have stayed. And then their kingdoms were too far apart. So it'd have been a long distance love affair, basically. So anyway, I digressed. I love you all so much. I probably should have stopped maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago. But there is love out here that's unimaginable, young people. And you'll find it. Broad is the road to destruction. and many that find that. The road to destruction got your past in it, got your history in it, it got your ups and downs, your highs and lows. It got all that in there, which you can really benefit from. The best kind of thing that you're going to find on the broad road is temporary, because on the broad road there's really no future because you don't know what's coming down the pike. But there's a narrow road, and fewer those who find it. If you're listening to me, chances are pretty good you're on that narrow road and you can find it, and it's wonderful. And it makes you want to tell people about it. If you have found a wife, you have found a good thing. You can't wait to tell people about your wife. See, that's what you do when you find a good thing. You want to share it. What's the point of finding a good thing and just keeping it to yourself, huh? What's the point? So go out and make it a great day, no matter what you hear, no matter who you see. If you see that bully from grade school, if you see that woman who did something inappropriate with your wife, I want you to look at both those people and find this amazing love for them. Because this amazing love comes from something that's amazing itself. Whatever is amazing, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now, thank God I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. That's what those types of songs are. It's amazing. He is amazing creator of heaven and earth. He told the ocean that, hey, you can only go this far. He tells the moon where to hide until nighttime. He tells the sun where to hide until daytime. It's amazing, and you can be part of that. You're a part of that. He put you down here so you can check it out, get into his creation, tell him, hey, you know what, I like what you did over here, stuff like that. There, okay. So, be blessed. All right, so I'm moving around, and I don't want to put you guys on hold. Let me see. I came to get some gas. I need to replace this part on my car. When idle, it sucks that gas up. At 55 miles of gas this morning. All right, they said my meter said you have 55 miles to empty. So I was like, okay, and I let the car idle because I work outside from 7 to 10. And when I got ready to go, I had 25 miles to go to empty. Sheesh. So there's a part in here that's causing a problem. I think I got the part, and I'm going to try to get it replaced maybe today or tomorrow. And I don't want to do it. I'm not really a car person all like that, but if I would buy a car, I would buy an older car because I can do the repairs myself. So I don't know why I'm hemming and hawing with this particular part, but it's a man thing. Oh, because it was cold outside. Oh, hello. When I realized what was going on, so I didn't want to fix that myself. I'm like, oh, I'm not getting up under there. All right, let me see how this is going to work. Let's see how this is going. Okay. Trying to get this thing going. Do you want to pay with my perks? How many do I have? Please enter the numbered keypad to your tank. Okay. I got the kind of gas card. If it's connected to your checking account, you don't have to have cash. You just no. And I gotta go inside. Come, walk with me. That was that phrase got started by a mad scientist and his sidekick. And his sidekick was known for saying, walk this way. Then he would do some kind of weird walk or something. Hey, thank you, young fella.
Yes, sir.
Make it a great day. Okay. Oh my goodness. I hope he was a fella. No telling how that could end up. Everybody's so confused. I was not confused. Exactly who I was and what I wanted. It wasn't confusion. But keeping it going, now that was the confusing part. So, yeah, there's that. Ready? Ready, Retta? All right, I want to get some gas.
Okay.
I want to use my perks, and I want to put it on the Advantage Pay.
Okay.
All right, I'm on pump number 9, and I'll
Okay.
take 40.
Okay. And what is your bank account number?
How about this part right here?
Yeah, 121 on there. You use that
Yep,
at all?
I'll use that.
So 4121? You
Yeah,
said 40?
you know what? I got a $10. I went to buy something from a Get-Go and Homestead. They didn't have it, so they gave me $10 on my card. Do you know how I use that?
It's not, I don't know. It's not here though. Usually I thought it would show up, but it's not here.
Okay,
How much do you want?
I'll take 40.
4121. Right?
40.
Okay. So you're not using it? Okay.
Yes, I'll use the
19.
121.
40.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, so you can take the you can take the 121. There you go.
Okay.
I'll keep you
And
around.
then you're going, you're paying by that. The Advantage Pay?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Thank you. I'll call the 800 number and find out where that $10 went.
I agree. Have a good one.
All right. I knew that was going to be a problem because when I got the $10 on there, and I was like, well, how do I know? How do I use it? And he was like, oh, yeah, sir. This is customer service, and it'll just show up on your card. I'm like, you know what? So what would have happened in that last transaction was instead of me spending 40, I would have spent 30. But the best laid plans of men and boys. Wait till you young people figure out that term. All right. Here's a little thing that I do. One day I was just thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, I never have gas. So I thought that people were stealing my gas. So in front of my house. Okay, so, nothing is ever easy. So I told myself a long time ago that somebody stole my gas, so I got a locked gas cap. And after all that transactioning I just did, my gas cap won't unlock. I don't have anywhere to go until Monday anyway. Cancel a transaction. So I think I have enough gas to make it just out and about. Today's the Sabbath, so once I get in, I'll be in until Saturday at sunset. Oh boy. So I got enough gas in there for me to just sit around and maybe go get some pizza, a small pizza, 10 pieces of chicken, and maybe a cheesesteak hoagie for $51. But I got enough gas for that. Holy moly. Yeah. That's the thing with us men. We always wait until we get down around Eve before we put some more gas in there. I was doing pretty good when I was working. Every once in a while, I would get a full tank of gas, and whenever it went down a quarter of a tank, I'd just put $20 in there. I was balling. Sheesh. Those days are over. I might only have $20 in gas in my tank now, boy. Holy moly, how's that work? So anyway, I had so much fun with you all today, and I want you to know that you could do the same thing. There's nothing special about what I'm doing. If anything, the people that I'm talking to are special. You are the special one, guys. If you want to get married and do that thing that only is effective down here, marriage, you are the prize. Be a prize. Ladies, if you want to have a husband, become a wife. If you have found a wife, you have found a good thing. If you want to be a wife, if you need instructions, read the Proverbs. Be a Proverbs 30 woman. You can do that. Okay, I had a nephew that when he died, you know how people, if they know something about you, they're going to tell it. I'm telling you right now. He died. We went to the funeral, and his mom was there. Oh, I'm like, well, what are you crying for? He's not here. Yeah, no, he's dead. So anyway, he was actually a organ donor too. Because that's what they want from you young people. I'm telling you right now, they want y'all organs. I do not want to miss an opportunity to tell you to take organ donor off of your ID. That's but one thing I did not know is in order to be an organ donor, you have to be alive. They wouldn't need organ donated if they could just go, to the graveyard, rob the graves and get organs. That's what happened with Frankenstein's creation. He used dead organs to make his monster, Frankenstein's monster. So you have to be alive in order to be an organ donor. Yeah, they'll have you all doped up. You'll be laying there. They have monitors and beepers and creepers and stuff, and it'll look like you're not going to make it. And your poor distraught parents coming in there, they're going to be like, "Would you like to donate your precious child or daughter's organs to a cancer survivor or something like that?" Of course, you're going to say yeah. But that's a terrible thing. Hey, I'm telling everybody right now, all the people under the sound of my voice, If something happened to me, tell them jokers I am not an organ donor. I got these parts when I came in this world from my mom. She took 9 months to give me these parts. I'm taking them with me. Hello. So, yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not an organ donor. I do not have any inclinations on how I'm going to do the DNR. The DNR means do not resuscitate. So if I get in there and I'm conscious, or if I have DNR on my ID, if I just go, they're not going to. I don't have that on there. I do not have do not resuscitate, because no matter what happens, if they want your organs or not, if you got DNR on your wishes, say you did not want to be resuscitated, ride a horse, do something, but have fun. You can have fun every single day. There's not one day I'm going to do these and I'm not having fun. If you find a job that you love, you're never going to have another day of work in your life. Get it? Okay, so you can do it, but only you know. I cannot tell you, hey, try this, it might not work for you. The only thing I can tell you is the things that I try work for me every time. World. If you do it, it just works. But somebody else can try it and, it's nothing. Okay? So be of good cheer. There's no telling which you will be. You're going to have to try all kinds of jobs before you find, your perfect job. And near as I can tell, there is no perfect job. Because the best job for me, I tell you, will be a perfect job, a sleep study person. Now that would be a perfect job. When I had my stroke, I found that shortly after that, I would go from the bed to the couch. I had a couch bed. My bed was in the bedroom, and my couch bed was in the living room. And for some reason or another, this actually happened before I had the stroke. That's all I wanted to do. Just wake up, but be of good cheer. The creator of heaven and earth didn't put you down here for you to fail at anything. Millions, like what are those guys? The Zuckerbergs and the Tuckerbergs or Muckerbergs or whatever they are. Well, they figured it out. That this is their world. This is a man's world. But it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Man made the electric car to carry the heavy load, blah, blah, blah. So, yes, if you're a man, you got it made. But it's not going to be anything without a woman or a girl. So, everything is designed for you to have fun. Why are you miserable? Because you haven't figured some stuff out? Well, then, find some people who got some answers. If you can't figure out math, if you find somebody who can do the math, since they're pretty good, they're not going to know how to do what you're really good. So this is how you find your mate. That's how you find your soulmate. Forget that. Forget dating. Our clubs and bars, but now when we were growing up, but they're not nearly as bad as you guys. I kind of feel bad for you, but at the same time, I don't know who to feel sorrier for you for. I don't know who to feel sorry for. You shouldn't be in a club. What were you doing out celebrating New Year's Eve last night? Knowing full well it's not New Year's. Everything's dying. There's snow. There's no birds, except for maybe the crows or something. The new year is in the beginning of spring. And then they yoy, they make the first day of spring April the 20th or April the 21st or something like that. These people, they mess everything up. The first day of spring is when you see one of them little buds come out of the ground. That's the first day of spring. Maybe if it'll fall on the same day every year, I don't know. But that's the new year when everything starts coming to life. Start living like that. Start seeing things that way. Stop believing the world is a globe. Stop that. It never was. I'm not really sure. But I think the world being on a globe was recently established. I don't think it's, well, I mean, we know that people didn't believe that the earth was a globe because the guy who came out with it, I think they charged him with being a heretic or something. And they, unalived him for going against the church and what the church was kind of perpetrating. So, anyway, that's always been an issue if it's a flat Earth or a round Earth. So that's not going away. But I would rather err on the side of it's flat. Okay, I mean, when we grew up, we had cartoons uh, like Bugs Bunny. Everybody knows some form of Bugs Bunny, but he would start digging a hole on it, and it was on a globe, right? So he's out in his backyard. We live on a globe, and he believed that he could dig to China. What the problem was he was successfully digging a hole to China, but when he got there, he was upside down. Oh boy! So yeah, we never actually seen him get out of that hole that he dug into China because he was upside down. There's nothing for him to hold on to. Get it? See what I did there? All right. So anyway, that's my story. Everyone who's saying hi and hello, I want you to change your greeting this year, 2026. Make a resolution to change your greeting from hello and hi to grand rising, shalom, uh, namaste. There's all kinds of other ways to say it. Why do you keep saying the same thing? That those two words have been around since the beginning of time. Change it up a little bit. It's like me and smoking cigarettes. How many more cigarettes do I think I can smoke? I've been smoking since I'm 12. What's another cigarette going to do for me? Nothing. I just need to quit them. But not today. Eventually I will because how much of one certain thing can you really take? How much alcohol can you really drink? You've been drinking since you were how long? How much more do you want? Oh, look, the deer and the antelope is crossing the street. I wonder if I can flip this so you guys can see my deer running across the street. And I don't live in I don't live in there. See him over there? There's usually three of them, but this one came down by itself just now. Man, I guess he was either the last one or he's the first one because there's about three or four of them that travel this trail here. And he don't look like he's lost. He's just malingering or whatever it is deer do. But I always like to see him. I tried to feed him for a while, but me and my neighbor fell out. So that's out. Because I don't want them to be around the wicked witch of the east. Holy moly. So I learned some things like I got one neighbor, he built his own garage. Looks just like his house. He's that good. And I never heard a hammer. I didn't. I never heard. Now, to be fair, I don't know if he built it from the ground up, but from my limited memory, I think he built it from the ground up. I think he poured the foundation. He's just one of them kind of people. Some people can just build. Okay. But anyway, I digress. I take his word for things because he also rebuilt a Volvo engine. Now he's got two of them. This dude is next level stuff. But oh, all right, here's the other one. See, I told you there was three. So this is the second one. Right, he's down here. Oh boy. All right, where is he? See him down there? That's the trail over there. But my neighbor told me you're not supposed to feed them bread. So I'm like, oh, now what? I got to go out and buy deer food or something. They better eat this bread. So I got one that come really, really close to me once, and they're so afraid to touch the wildlife and stuff. He got close enough. I could have walked down and pet him, just like he's this close to me now, as close as he is now. But he came over to where the car is, and he walked up this little sidewalk, and I could have came down the steps here, and all right, here's the other one. So I could have came down to the steps and pet him because he wasn't running. He was just come over to see, basically, if I left some bread. He was probably hungry. But my neighbor told me don't feed him bread, so I just put the bread out for the birds. Then somebody said, don't feed the birds bread because it's empty carbs or something like that. There's always a reason to do something and not do something with humans. You just find something you could be as happy as you want, and somebody's going to find something wrong with it. So anyway, kind of get ready for that, young people. Just don't please people. Just do what it is you said you were going to do way back in your fifth grade. I mean, first grade or second grade when they asked you, "What do you want to be?" The Bible says it like this: Train up the child in the way that they should go, and when they are older, they won't part from it. Now, since I've been reading this Bible for a while, I understand that this would mean train them in the way of the Lord. Okay, train them in the way that they should go. The way that they should go, of course, is the way God created them to be. So it can also mean if God decided to make you Michael Jordan, you notice that when he was a child, he always had a basketball, no matter where he went. He would bounce the basketball at the dinner table. Michael, get that basketball out of the kitchen, because he knew that when he was a child, he wanted to play basketball. So what they did wisely was put him on a basketball team, because he just had to have this basketball, and you can't get that out of a child. Okay, if that's what they're created to do, they're going to do it, even though they're kids. Okay, so anyway, that's the same thing with you. What would you do? Don't worry about what would Jesus do. What would you do if you were by yourself? Nobody's watching, and you had to make money. What would you do? Chances are pretty good you're going to come up with a solution that's going to get you in a lot of trouble, because you're going to have to take something from somebody else. Why not do what you are created to do and let people bring money to you? It's a perfect plan. So use your brain. What did you want to be when you were a child? And that's what you should be doing. It does not change. It works for all areas. It works for doctors, mechanics, nurses, lawyers, astronauts. There aren't really too many little kids who ended up being an astronaut who didn't want to be one when they were a child. And we already know that most cops, when they were kids, they played cops and robbers. They always wanted to be a cop. They always knew that. So that's what you buy them for, that holiday that you're really not supposed to be celebrating, called Christmas. You're buying cap guns and stuff. We used to have cap guns. I don't know if you all remember cap guns, because Y'all grew up with Transformers and stuff. They don't. Transformers don't use cap guns. Anyway, I digress. So, even if you think that you are supposed, I mean, Donald Trump act like he never thought about being president, but I bet you he did. I bet you he was sitting in one of them offices and he was probably wondering because he has lots of offices, lots of towers. He's got towers overseas. So you don't hear about that until you start doing the research. He got a lot of loot. I don't know. I don't know how he got it because the amount of property that he actually has and the amount that they say his parents left him, no, no, not for these places that he has. He doesn't have a Super 8 motel. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a franchise of those. He got buildings with his name on it overseas. Just like I was telling you all earlier today, people in other countries, they love him, except for the ones that are afraid of him. But he he did business. He just did good business, like Michael Jackson said when he was still with us. And he bought the Beatles catalog right up under their noses. They thought, oh, yeah, he didn't buy the catalog. What he did was he brought the catalog company. Just good business. So he bought the company. Everything that was in the company became his. Bada boom, bada bing, the catalog. Might even have some Whitney Houston stuff. These he knew when he was a child that he wanted to be a singer. Their group back then was called the Jackson Five, and he was the youngest one. He do his little thing. One thing, I don't know. Somebody says something about my dreads today. The only thing I could tell you is I have to have my hair in dreads because when we grew up, just like the Jackson Five, every one of us was Afro kids. Three boys, me, my older brother, and my younger brother. We all had afros. So that's just how it is. So I had to get me some dread. That's how you're trying to drive. Well, the Bible says that men aren't supposed to have dreads. Well, it didn't say they were supposed to have afros either. You know what I'm saying? Chill. You know what? I'm glad I kept talking to you all because I actually have another two. I told someone that I was going to bring them a couple, but I found a person. If I loan him some money, he actually pays it. Or either that I'm not doing the math to one or two. The math ain't adding. The math ain't adding up here. But anyway, so that's what you want to do. You want to help somebody, loan somebody some money. Stop loaning to people who's not going to pay you back. Just give it to them. Just give it to them, and then you won't give them so much. You know that this person don't pay back. Good and well. Give them more than $20, something that you can afford to lose, because one, they're not the only person that does that to you. Okay, so you might want to get that together. Okay, so anyway, I'm back on the road again. I put on my music, the gospel music in the background. Put my seatbelt on. Holy moly! If you ever been teased how important a seatbelt is, I was in a parking lot. The last place I actually got into an accident was in the parking lot. I was in my spot. I was 3 or 4 cars down. The lady was in her spot. She was 3 or 4 cars down. I backed up out of my spot. Parking lot. This lady backed out of her spot right into the side of me. The reason why I'm telling you that story, because this sound scared the crap out of me. I'd never seen a car Never seen it. And that sound, I was like, oh. Now, I have a 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee. You could, you could bump into this joker. It's not going nowhere. It just don't have any dents. It doesn't even have that much rust on it. So I feel bad for anybody that I hit or anybody who hits me because this thing is a tank. And if you listen to it in the background, you're gonna see it sounds like a tank. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. Okay, so I just want you to feel love. I want you to be love. I want you to share love. I want you to give love. Just love, love, love. It's all about love, okay? You're not going to make it anywhere without love, okay? Everything is against you. All you need is love. That's it. Oh, well, I'm not going to do a good job today, but I'm going to love doing the job I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's all about love. All right, let me see. Oh, I thought I didn't stop and get gas today because I didn't have any money. I got cash. I didn't get gas because I couldn't get that gas cap off. Let me see. Maybe now the angles will help me open this thing up. Nope, still not working. I had a gas cap, a lock gas cap that did that to me before. I took it down to a AutoZone and the guy pulled it off for me, or he took it apart or whatever. I would go there today, but when guys come out of the store or gals and they do stuff like that for me, I try to give them a couple extra dollars. I mean, yeah, he made the sale. He sold me a gas cap, but everybody needs money. And sometimes it's going to come through you. So don't be all uptight. If money leaves your hand, money does not leave your life. So act like it. Pay it forward. That's where that sort of thing came from. Okay? All right. So, anywho, love ya. Are there any questions? I see I got a bunch of them, but I can't really read them because I'm keeping it moving. That's one thing that got my attention about that man called Christ. The melanated one, not the blonde with the blue eyes. He kept it moving, no matter what. He kept it moving. He was the first example of a mailman. Rain or shine, he preached that gospel. He kept it moving. So that's my advice for you young people. So something happens bad today, don't get all bent out of shape. Hey, I can't put gas in my car, and I got less than a quarter tank in a gas guzzler. So it's gonna cost me, to go get a gas cap. I already spent 80, 90 bucks already. I went to one store, I got $36 worth of stuff. His credit card machine was down. That's all I had. Was my credit card, because hey, I'm taking one credit card with me. It may be one debit card. I'm not taking 2 or 3 credit cards and a debit card and have somebody rip me off with their new digital tool, or somebody just strong arming me. I'm not losing everything I have in one swoop. So I take one card with me. I did get a debit card in the mail today because I lost one last week. So everything I got that I put on auto pay or whatever that went to that card, I'm going to start getting notices. Hey, your debit card didn't go through because I canceled it because I lost it, but I got a new one today. So when you get a new debit card, they want you to activate it at that 800 number. They're not answering. So I did find myself in possession of a debit card and a credit card today, but I couldn't activate the debit card. And I got a transaction sitting on the counter that didn't go through on my Visa, on my credit card, because his machine wouldn't take the Visa, or he was offline or something. He couldn't figure out how to get back online to process the payment. So it's a monster out here, people. Do not give up, and you can win if you do not quit. You can have insurmountable odds. One thing I found, that anybody can beat anybody on any given day. Now, you might not be able to beat that joker the next time, but hey, a war has many battles in it. The war's not over just because somebody dropped a nuke on you or anything like that. They had to drop 2 nuclear bombs on Nagasaki or wherever that place is. So it wasn't over with just the first one. But be of good cheer. Those people, they got very compensated for that. America paid through the nose for that when they gave them reparations. I digress. So, I would go as far as saying that whatever you're seeing, if you go there now to Japan and in all its splendor and glory, except for the old heritage places, I think that most of their stuff that their GDP now comes from what they made from their reparations, from having those bombs dropped on you. So, you got to do the math, people. Follow the money. Okay? So, that's my story, young people. Help. If somebody says they need some Pampers, that was one of the things that my sister remembered, that he could never get help with Pampers from other family members. And she felt some type of way, and she carried that to his death. And that was something that she wanted to express at the funeral. So that was a little awkward. So, young people, stop getting Pampers. Get diapers. They're reusable, and they last for the entire time that the kid needs diapers or Pampers. And you only have to buy them one time. Then all you got to do is clean them. Okay? You'll figure it out how to clean them. Okay? So, same thing with milk. Ladies, you got 2 canisters up there that don't do nothing but make milk. So let's keep it simple. I know this is a family show. Jesus, what are you saying? Prince, Jesus, Jesus or something. Hold on. I'm multitasking. I'm trying to drive and cars are moving around me. I don't know. Oh, geez, am I moving? And plus I'm trying to reach. What's up, beautiful people? Much love. Now, somebody give him a shout out, man. You don't know what kind of day he's having. What's it going to hurt? Doesn't cost you anything to push a button to make somebody feel good. Okay? Jesus, their morning time here, night. Okay. All right. Wherever you go, there you are. Good karma. Oh boy, that's my gas thing telling me I need to get some gas. We need some gas. I might have to go to AutoZone right now. But I'm on an angle, so I might have more. I might have more gas in there once I get on the flat. I only heard that little chime once. So this is a peculiar car. it's on whenever I'm driving, it seems to put more gas back in. So I can be on right on a quarter of a tank, and instead of it going down initially because I've been driving, it tends to go up a little bit, and then it starts going down the longer I stay out. It's really peculiar, but I love this car. Now I'm down to 10 miles to empty, so the AutoZone and the out and about stuff that I have to do, because the Sabbath starts at sunset. So I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm going to be done with my out and abouts at sunset. And I'm going to be in the house. I'm trying to make whatever created this place down here what you'd wanted me. And if there's a way to make it happy and pleased with me, I'm going to do that. And one of the things that I've learned what will make them happy is if you remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Okay, I can do that. I could do that. Just like when I was growing up and wasn't keeping it holy. I bet you I was out somewhere on Saturday in somebody's club trying to learn how to do the new dances. What was that dance that we learned where you do some kind of moves and some kinds of steps? You start out standing up, but you work your way down to the dance floor and you do a spin or something like that there. Yeah. Can't think of the name of that dance, but it was one of the last dances I ever learned. And then came the line dance, and I kind of picked that up, so that was cool. And it was really peculiar how I learned the line dance. And the place that I was learning it in, actually, well, it was a church. And in the basement, it was like single day or something at the church. I did the steps. And there's this point where, in the line dance, where you turn around. And this lady, who would have been my kind under any other circumstances, was now backing up towards me. So I figured, okay, that's enough line dancing for me today. She was cute too. She would have been my type under any other circumstances, but not for that particular maneuver. So anyway, that was one of them kinds of scenarios where you would have had to been there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. I would have been on YouTube today for mostly all day today. So thank you for that. Thank you for listening. If you have a channel, if you subscribe to my channel, if I see your name, or if I get a notice that you're going live, I'll listen. What else is there? That's all we can really give to each other is our ear and our heart. The Bible says, "Oh no man, nothing but love," and that's the truth. That's part of the gospel. Okay. All right. Fastest way to lose a friend is to loan them some money. That's the fastest way. Okay. Well, thank you, Ahmad, and I'm sure you are a nice man as well. What you can expect is that there are people who look for nice people like yourself, and they will want to take advantage of you. That's just what they do. Don't believe them. Don't believe anything they say. If their lips are moving, they are lying. Only have people Ahmad around you who like to see you coming in the room and feel sad when you leave the room. You can do that. That's doable. You don't have that many people to really choose from anyway. Your best friends are people who you like. Same thing. Use the same model all your life. You want to find employees at business or job or whatever that you like. The number one thing to learn about is do something you like. Don't just take the first job. That's what I did when I got married. I kind of took the first person that I felt, hey, look, I want to get married. Let me go out and find a wife. And you don't want to know how that ended. But anyway, she loved me, so I loved her. So we did the best that we could, and that's all you can do, Ahmad. Do the best you can. If somebody's taking advantage of you or whatever, get rid of them. Get away from them. Okay? Love you all. See ya.